Welcome, everybody. It is Friday night here in Johnston, Rhode Island. Tristan Tingley on play-by-play. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Trey on color commentating. Tonight, it is the Johnston Panthers and the Lincoln Lions. And it's our first time ever doing Johnston High School football on Fans Only Sports Network. Well, Harrison, we just called a game at Adelaide Arena in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, and made a 20-minute trip down here to Johnston, Rhode Island. So, back-to-back games in the same night. First time ever doing Johnston football on Fans Only Sports Network. How are you feeling, man?
I gotta tell you what, I'm really excited to watch a football game here in Johnston. Thanks to everybody for giving us the opportunity to announce here for the first time. So this is gonna be a really exciting matchup. Tell you what, being a football player in high school, there's nothing like the feeling of running out there on Friday night, so should be an exciting matchup.
Oh, yeah, definitely here tonight. It looks like starting to get dark enough, so under the kickoff, we're going to be under the lights a little bit early on here in tonight's game. Should be fully under the lights by the end of the first quarter here tonight in Johnston High School. And first time on Fans Only Sports Network, Johnston kicks it off, and we are underway for Rhode Island High School football for Week 1. Takes a bounce at about the 7-yard line. Lincoln's going to carry it, and they're going to go out of bounds right at about the 9-yard line. Nice job by that Johnston special teams unit. Push them outside, out of bounds, just before crossing the 10.
Yeah, it was a really good job by the special teams unit. Jaden Rodriguez really just having to go back for that ball to pick it up off the ground, and then just really ideal field position right now for the Johnston defense as they will start over around the 12-yard line.
So it's a nice, perfect night for football. Little warm, a little windy here. And Lincoln's going to take the snap. Going to hand it off and get a little bit of a gain.
And that was off tackle Gabriel Racinos on that ISO off guard. He was going to take that. Lincoln running the wing tee offense. They're going to go under center, just running it off tackle. So just a positive, really just, a good defensive stand on the first play for the Johnston Panthers.
So Johnston in teal, Lincoln in white. Here rolling out to the right. Nice handoff there. He's crossing about the 15. Now he's down to about the 20-yard line. So he's about 3 yards to the line of gain. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 3 for the Lincoln Lions.
Yeah, it was a good tackle by Jaziel Rodriguez. He was the corner on the outside, able to get low, wrap up, and really stop. But I think we got a penalty on the field. And I think the referees are going to discuss right now may have been a holding on Lincoln.
Yeah, so it looks like this play is going to come back a little bit. And referee has the ball. It looks like, yep, he's going to walk out. Yep, holding against Lincoln. So it's going to be a holding against Lincoln, and just like that, they're down at the 8 again.
Yeah, so really, first couple of plays, noticing that Lincoln running the wing tee offense, which is basically you're going to be running the ball most of the time in your playbook. So, it's really those 3 running backs in the backfield. You got your fullback, you got your 2 wing running backs on the side. So, everything's going to be predicated off of that, and then also the quarterback really being succinct in his handoffs too, because those linebackers for Johnston can't really know where they are.
Oh, we got another flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a false start against Lincoln, so they're going to go back even further. False start on Lincoln. Yep, so it looks like they're going to be down at, going to be about the inside the 3.
Really not the ideal start for Lincoln, just penalty after penalty. And usually if you're a team that goes with a couple of different cadences, it can really throw guys off guard, and that's where you get false starts by the offensive lineman. Really anybody on the offense, wide receiver, tight end, so it really doesn't matter. But if you're not on the same page, false start can be an easy thing to do on offense.
Looks like they're going to try and run it up the middle, crossing the 5. Looks like they're going to be marked down at about, they're going to mark it inside the 7-yard line.
Gabriel Racinos is the fullback that they're really featuring right now, up the middle with some guard traps and some ISOs in these first 3 plays or so. But right now, this drive is really just stalling out just by Lincoln just shooting themselves in the foot, with penalty after penalty. So they're really just going to have to bury it and move on to the next one.
Yeah, they had that good run earlier on in the drive. About 3 plays in, they had that nice run to the outside, got them to about the 13-yard line. Then the 2 penalties dropped them back within the 10, and now they're just outside the 5. So nice handoff outside, and it looks like they're going to be brought down in the backfield. Johnston's defense doing a great job here tonight, barring Lincoln's penalties. They're doing an amazing job keeping them back.
Yeah, absolutely. The defensive line play up front has been, so far so good. It just allowed a couple yards on some run plays. That time, Lincoln going with a counter crisscross. It's a double handoff, and usually when that happens, they try and catch the defense off guard. That time, Johnston not fooled, as it'll bring up a punt and they'll get the ball back.
Yep, so it looks like on the return you got Stephen Finnegan and you got number 1 Nayari Vasquez on the return. Looks like it was a jarred punt a little bit. Going to take a little bit of roll, and they're going to be down at the 42.
It's a great starting field position for Johnston. They're really in Lincoln territory, so this is an ideal starting field position as they'll start out at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, so they could Johnston was doing a great job keeping them inside the 15-yard line, so now Johnston's offense doing hopefully let's see what they can do here. They're starting at the 42, about 9 minutes left in the first quarter, so excited to see what they're going to do here on offense. So it looks like he's in the shotgun, tailbacks to his right and left, handoff, going to roll it out to the right side, going to gain, he's still running, looks like he's going to gain about, they're going to say 6 yards on the play, so a nice little handoff in on the right side, nice blocking there by the O-line.
Yeah, great blocking up front, able to give Stephen Finnegan some good running space on that sweep. You got the guards and tackles moving to the perimeter of the field, and that allows Finnegan to get out in space and get some positive yardage, which should bring up a second and manageable.
Yeah, so it brings up the fact the weather is so nice right now. Later on in the season, we're going to have that cold weather, especially during the Thanksgiving games on the 22nd of November. Those are the big rivalry games after the playoffs. So
we're lucking out.
Enjoy the weather as it comes to us. So it looks like it's going to be a QB keep, and they're going to be just a yard short of the line to gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for Johnston. Nice little QB keep there, gain of about 2.
Yeah, 3rd and short coming up. It's a good design play for Nayari Vasquez, able to get his feet moving a little bit, get him into the game, and brings up a 3rd and short. So far, just what Johnston has wanted on the menu, able to get a good defensive stop on the opening drive, and now on offense, they're getting positive yardage. So positive signs so far.
Oh yeah. So it looks like in the shotgun again, tailbacks to his right and left. You got tight end on a little bit, about 2 yards in on the block on joining the offensive line. 2 receivers. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to run it, and he's going to pick up the first down for Johnston.
Another positive running play, that time from Vasquez. It's a second designed running play for him, just going in between guard and tackle, and he's just going to plunge forward for 4 more yards. So really, good to see Vasquez really just taking advantage of these open running lanes and get the first down.
Yeah, that's one of those things in high school football. It's always a good thing to have those dual threat quarterbacks, because you never fools defense all the time. You have a good arm, and then you can take it with your feet as well. So you never know what the offense is going to give you when you're playing on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it definitely keeps you off guard.
So you're in the shotgun, got the running back out to his right. It's going to drop back to pass. Looking back corner of the end zone, just out of reach, about 3 yards off. That was a little bit overthrown, but that was a good thrown ball there.
Yeah, that was a really, good job by Vasquez putting some air on it. They're trying to get Cameron Walker involved on the perimeter. He's their go-to guy, really solid receiver. Went on a go ball just a little bit out in front, but it'll bring up a second down. So, good to see Vasquez mix in everything, the run and pass. So brings up 2nd and 10, but definitely going to see this passing game move forward.
Yeah, it definitely helps if you have coaches that can trust in your arm as a high school quarterback, definitely, and trust in you to launch it, like we just said, with the dual threat quarterback and everything like that. The end was offside. No flag on the play. You're going to run it up the middle. Looks like he's going to take it to about the 20, just inside the 20. So looks like he got a good gain there, but it looks like that right end looked a little bit offsides on that play. No call there. Looks like they're going to have a yard to gain to get the first.
Yeah, it was a good designed play from Johnston, able to get a middle screen, get offensive linemen out in front, and that was able to give Dean Paris some positive running room, and it'll just bring up a 3rd and 1. So they've been really just moving the ball, slowly matriculating the ball down the field. So a really positive sign on their opening drive.
So Johnston's been running this shotgun formation a little bit here. And looks like there's a flag on the play. So the officials meeting with the players. Officials meeting with each other. And we're about to get what the penalty is. Yep, false start against Johnston. So it's going to be a false start against Johnston. And all that momentum that they've had a few plays ago. Let's see if they can keep it here after losing that false start.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a slew of penalties in this opening quarter, and you hate to go backwards. You always want to be, not shooting yourselves in the foot, so to speak. And, when you have penalties like that, luckily it was 3rd and 1, so it's not like they're behind the sticks. It's still 3rd and 6. So, going to have to bury it and move on.
So in the shotgun, running back out to the right side. Another flag on the play. All 3 officials throwing the laundry. And it looks like there's going to be another false start penalty against Johnston. So it looks like penalties in this game have been a chain reaction with each other. Both teams have been getting one penalty, and then they go 2, 3 in a row, and really sets them back from that momentum that they had earlier in their drives.
Yeah, nerves, I feel like, is a big thing, especially when you're out there for the first time. You got the jitters, you're a little amped up. It's Friday Night Lights, and sometimes you can just, false start, move on the wrong time, and, put yourself back even more. What I thought was still a good position after the first penalty, now even longer. Now it's a 3rd and long. So.
Oh, yeah. Shotgun, running back out to his left. He's going to fire it. Nice catch there. And he's going to catch it at about the 25. He's going to go down, sat back in the pocket, and that was Stephen Finnegan on the catch. Nice catch there by Mr. Finnegan. And 2 Lincoln Lions were there to meet him, so great job there by that defense to make a stop on the catch right away, as not letting him get any more yards.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of backed against the wall with great field position by Johnston, and penalty after penalty, they were able to take advantage and cause the 4th down. But here Johnston's still going for it, so still staying confident.
Yep. So 4th down, they're going for it. In the shotgun, running back out to his right. 3 receivers at the top of your screen, 1 receiver at the bottom, rolling out to the right, and it is just off of the hands and incomplete. So that was a pretty good throw. Just receiver couldn't get a grab on it. Looks like he started to catch before. Looks like he started to run before he caught it, but that defensive player was a nice job being there.
Yeah, and Ari Vasquez, although 0 for 2 right now, it's good to see. He has a nice strong arm. He has a good, throwing technique, and on that throw is just a rollout play. You basically got a flood towards the right. You got to go. You got a corner route, and then you got a flat. So he was able to hit. I believe that was Sincere Waldron, on the corner, and basically. That was a good ball, catchable ball. Waldron just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, as we said, he has a pretty good arm, rolling out to his right, trusting his throwing ability and his arm there. Just unfortunately, the wide receiver had it in his hand and got the hit. So it looks like the run was stopped up in the middle. And nice defensive stop there by Johnston. We've seen that defensive line come in and stop those runs a few times tonight.
Yeah, they're really setting the tone right now on the line of scrimmage. They got, some pretty big players up there. You see Nicholas Testa on the defensive line. as a sophomore. So, these guys are able to really plug up the middle, and it could be hard, especially if you're running the wing T. You want to create running lanes up the middle. You don't want to just be running out to the perimeter. So far, on these first 2 drives on defense, they've been showing a lot of promise.
Yeah, and then you got Nathan Delamorte on that defensive tackle spot on that left side. So handoff outside. He's going to run it outside. Looks like nice job there. And that defense run coming from Sean Clifford, number 14 on the Lions team. And nice job bouncing it outside. So it's going to be a 2nd and 8. 3rd and 8 for the Lions.
Yeah, Sean Clifford that time. Getting the handoff. And once again, 3 running backs, they're going to try and get them the ball as much as they can. That time, Johnston ready for it all the way.
Yeah, so it's about 3 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter. He's going to roll out to his right. It's going to be a QB keep. He's crossing the 30. Nice job defense there, and they got the first down as he gets brought down at about the 39-yard line. That was number 10, John Nickel, on the play, the junior quarterback for the Lions.
Yeah, John Nickel clearly getting it done with his legs, and it's really having the ideal quarterback in the wing T. If you're able to use your legs, you can be that kind of guy that can get it done in a multitude of ways. That time on a designed quarterback run to the outside, able to pick up the first down with his legs.
Yeah, Lincoln's offense starting to gain a little momentum here, and Johnston's defense been doing so well. You can't really let that one good rollout for the other team lower that momentum on your defensive side of the ball.
No, you really can't. You have to pick up your players when they're not able to come through, Players can be down, but you have to pick them right up,
All right, looks like they're playing zone coverage here. He's going to hand it off to the fullback. Going to run it across the 40. It looks like he's going to bring it up to the they're going to give him 2 yards on the gain. So it's going to be down to the 42. That run there by Tyler Durang.
And once again, trying to go with an ISO with Tyler Durang, like you said, trying to go off center and guard. But, we talked about this, front 7 for Johnston, and they've been really setting the tone at this point. Just that 1 third down conversion by Lincoln, by Nickel. But other than that, they've been really just limiting them in the middle.
Yes, we got 1:30 left here in the first quarter of play between Johnston and Lincoln. Perfect night as far as weather goes for Friday Night Lights here in Johnston, Rhode Island. He's going to keep it himself. Looks like he's got the blocks. He's going to run it up the middle, going to cross the 50 and into enemy territory. He goes down to the Johnston 48.
And Nickel once again, 2 quarterback runs, 2 first downs, and he can be really hard to stop in the open field, and that time just making that cut fake like he was going to go to the outside, cut it back inside, going north and south, and able to get once again another first down.
Yes, 58 seconds here left in the first quarter. Lincoln doing a good job with the run game. You haven't really seen him throw the ball that much tonight, just been handing it off to the running back or just using the quarterback's legs, and the quarterback's legs have been doing it for him. He's going to keep it, roll out to the right. He's going to fire it, and a nice defensive play there. And it looks like that's number 13, Lorenzo Catanzaro on the defensive play. Defensive end coming in and getting the block.
Yeah, he was able to really bat that ball down. And, right as we say, all they've been running offensively, in terms of Lincoln, just running plays right there, a pass play, it's a waggle. That time, trying to get outside and get a passing play in. Usually on waggles, you have the quarterback roll out. They have like a tight end dragging across the middle, and he was trying to find him, but just getting the ball batted down at the line of scrimmage. Lorenzo Catanzaro able to knock it down.
Yeah, that was hitting it off the middle. He's got room to run. Oh, ball's free, and Johnston's going to fall on it. And just like that, Johnston gets the momentum. Nice job recovering the fumble by Johnston High School with 33 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play in the first week of Rhode Island high school football.
Lincoln tried running a counter on that play, and when you're in between the tackles, sometimes you can forget to carry that ball really tightly, and that time Johnston able to hop on the opportunity, strip it with that arm, and get on the fumble recovery, and now they They have the ball back, so able to put what happened on the last drive behind them, get the turnover, and let's see what happens.
Yep. So Johnston's going to start on the 36, trying to get back into enemy territory, trying to get as far as they can before the end of the first quarter, and then they'll be back on this side of the field going the opposite way to start the second quarter of play. And the shotgun, handing it off, bouncing it to the right side at the top of your screen. Looks like they're going to give him about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, once again, they're going to go with Finnegan on the outside zone running play, trying to get these offensive linemen blocking and moving on the perimeter. That's kind of been their bread and butter in these first 2 drives, just getting the offensive linemen out in space.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 8 for Johnston. Let's see what Johnston wants to do with it. And clock now says end of the first quarter. So that gives us time to give you our Fans Only Sports Network sponsors for the game. All right, tonight's game brought to you by Rebath, making bath remodeling effortless, largest bath remodeling company in the nation. They offer full bath remodels, tub to shower conversions, aging in place solutions, and great financing available with Rebath. And we're going to go ahead and go to commercial. After that, we'll be right back with second quarter action right after this.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
If you want to credit somebody for a tackle, I'll scroll down and try and find the player, okay? But, we have Johnston right here, so.
All right, welcome back to Johnston High School. Tristan Tingley on play-by-play for you. To my right, Harrison Prey on color commentating for you. Well, that was a pretty good first quarter. A few flags for both teams, but other than that, the defenses have been doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, they sure have. And, you talk about the penalties, that can really, make you upset, if you're a coaching staff for both of these teams because, you're really doing it to yourself. There's no one to blame but yourself when you commit those penalties. So, so far it's been an interesting game. Just going to have to move forward with more clean football, less penalties.
So 2nd and 8. So here we go, first play of the second quarter. Looks like the defensive backs for Lincoln are dropping back a little, roll out to the right. Nice little screen play there, caught at the 38. Looks like he's going to take it up to the 39-yard line. And they're going to mark it about 2nd and 7.
And that time...
3rd and 7.
Yeah, that time trying to get Jahaziel Rodriguez, the ball in space, get a wide receiver screen to the short side of the field. Vasquez was able to hit him, just on a wide receiver screen, trying to cut it upfield, but couldn't find much running space as that Lincoln defense was able to come in, swarm to the football, and wrap up Rodriguez for a short gain.
Yeah, one of those things we also saw in the first quarter that we forgot to mention, both quarterbacks using their legs, rolling out, running for yardage. Lincoln's quarterback doing a great job as that as well. So in the shotgun, running back out to his left. Takes the snap, he's going to roll out. Escapes the defense back. Beautiful block there by the left tackle. Looks like he's going to get it up to about the... looks like he's going to get it up to the 42-yard line.
And Tyler Durang able to make another stop, a two-way player in the middle of that defense. It really, as a DB, we saw him carry it a couple times on offense, as a fullback, and now able to make that tackle on Vasquez, brings up a 4th and short.
So with 10:35 remaining in the first half. So 10:25 remaining here in the first half. Going to go up to the ball. It's going to be 4th and 2 for Johnston. Let's see if they can convert here and put a little extra spice on this drive. He'll take the snap. He's going to take it himself, and he's got the first down. Looks like he's going to take it to about the 50 and get the first down for Johnston with 10:02.
Yeah, good play call that time by the Johnston coaching staff, able to notice that Vasquez has been very successful tonight running the football on designed run plays. So just taking it up the middle. Seen that a couple of times tonight, able to pick up the first down on 4th down.
Yeah, great job by the offense there being in position, and the great block right there by the left tackle coming out of his spot and making that block in the backfield, protecting his blind side.
Yeah, the offensive line is really taking a stride forward. They have been a big part in this offense because they're creating the running lanes. They're creating this running space for their backs. So, the more credit you give them, can't be unsaid.
Calls for a snap, running it up the middle. And looks like he's got, looks like he didn't. They're going to mark him about the, see where they mark him here.
It's like the 48-yard line.
Yep. So it looks like they're going to mark him at the 48. Gained about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, Dean Paris that time getting the handoff up the middle. We talked about the offensive line and how they really set the tone. That time just a minimal game, but this running game so far has been working. It's just still sticking with it.
Rolling out to his right, avoiding the sack. Nice block there in the black. Throw is incomplete. And no flag on the play. Looks like there might have been a little contact there from the defensive back. And looks like it's going to be a 3rd down.
Yeah, once again, Vasquez really showing out that arm. Has a pretty strong arm that time. You thought maybe a pass interference would have been called because he was all over Rodriguez. Maybe underthrown a little bit, yes, but still no call. Just going to have to bury it and move on to the next one.
Yeah, if he caught it, would have been inside the 25-yard line, so that would have set up good position for Johnston, but instead they're in the Lincoln 48. So I can go up to the ball and snap it. 8:47 left in the first half.
Yeah, Jaden Rodriguez that time, it looked like it could have been a pass interference for sure, but obviously the referees didn't see it.
Drop back to pass. Looks like he's going to roll out to his right, cut back to his left. Nice little throw there, just over the head. Looks like he tried to hit him at about the 25-yard line, just over the fingertips of the young man, and out of bounds.
Yeah, Vasquez once again trying to go through the air, tried finding Finnegan down the sideline, and I think he was contemplating on whether to run or not. And so that kind of, he was a little bit unsure, so obviously he didn't come out the way he wanted to. So a little bit of a high throw, and, we'll see where Johnston goes here now at midfield.
Yep, so it looks like we got 4th down here again for Johnston. Johnston, last 4th down, they converted, so they kept the drive alive, and that was about a 4th and 2. And then a quarterback scramble rollout to the left got them that conversion. Let's see. I'm excited to see what this offense does here, knowing that quarterback can do well on his legs.
Yeah, it brings up a 4th and 8, so they're going to keep the offense out there, see if they can convert.
In the shotgun with the running back out to his right, and there's going to be laundry on the field. It looks like Landon Faucher, the senior offensive lineman, jumped a little bit, and that's going to push him back even further on 4th down.
Yep, that was pretty, we had a perfect view of Landon Faucher moving there, right as that right tackle flinched, moved, and once again, another penalty. That's been the story tonight. Penalties, both teams really just, shooting themselves in the foot. Yep. It causes another punt.
So now both teams are going to send out their special team. First time Johnston's punting tonight. Lincoln already punt once in the middle of the first quarter. Nice punt there. Got some air. Looks like he's going to take it in at about the 20 and going to go out of bounds at about the 24. On the return there, that was Jaden Rodriguez, number 22, the sophomore, on the punt return for Lincoln.
And Jaden Rodriguez, the guy that they want to get the ball in space, so he's going to be out there as their punt returner, also on defense as well. And you thought maybe he would have gotten called for a penalty there, but I think the officials saw that Vasquez underthrew the football, and therefore no pass interference.
Yeah, that would have been a huge play, sending Johnston up inside the 25, and that would have put him in amazing scoring position. And who knows, they could have been up 6 points if that play was called. Nice little run up the middle. They're going to cross the 25 into about the 27-yard line. On the run there, that's Tyler Durang, number 40, the senior running back.
Tyler Durang, two-way player. He's been able to really make an impact on both sides of the football. And he's a guy that's hard to bring down. He's pretty big, and when you get those guys in between the tackles, sometimes not always the most pleasant sight to see.
Especially with that Lincoln offensive line doing a great job blocking for those young men in the backfield. Nice little run there, crossing to the 30 about there. Interested to see if they're going to give him the extra yard. He went down at about the 30. Let's see if they give him the stretch or the benefit of the doubt and mark him at the 31.
Yeah, he might be a little bit short, but you just see Durang just what he brings to the table is just a physical, powerful presence to this Lincoln offense. And when you give him the ball, it's not always the best thing as a defensive player to wrap up a player like that. But Dean Paris able to wrap up along with Armani Arias. So these linebackers going to have to wrap up on this big guy.
And the shotgun, nice job taking the snap. He's going to keep it himself and run over a young man. And he's going to cross the 35 down to about the 37. And as Harrison, as we mentioned before the game, as we mentioned when we first came on, we are now completely submerged by the Friday night lights. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on the play, but we are under the Friday night lights here towards the middle half of the second quarter.
Yeah, no, it's just a matter of time when these lights shined brightest. We got a holding.
Yep, so it looks like it's going to be a holding against Lincoln, so that play is going to come back. Looks going to give him the first down. Unfortunately, it's going to be brought back.
And how frustrating is that? Durang just able to get the first down, but getting it called back on a holding call.
Yeah.
Really just what we've seen all night. Just this, both offenses, constantly committing penalties.
Going to roll out to his right, trusts his arm. He's going to throw it deep downfield, and it is. Let's see if he came up with it. And it's incomplete. So it looks like it was intercepted for a moment by Johnston, but it was dropped in that four-man meet down at they're going to say 31-yard line. Four men just met, and that was a nice throw. Good job trusting his arm. Both quarterbacks trusting their arm and being able to throw it down the field. Unfortunately, there's a Lincoln player down on the field, so the trainers are going to tend to him. And we're going to go to a commercial, and we will be back in a few short moments.
Accidents happen, but they don't have to be the cause of financial hardship. Even with health insurance, an accident can result in major medical bills. Let's say you were playing football and an aggressive tackle broke your leg. An ambulance takes you to the emergency room where you are given care, but now you have 3 months of physical therapy before you are back on your feet. Your health insurance will cover a lot of your costs, but you will be required to pay your out-of-pocket maximum. The average out-of-pocket maximum in the U.S. is around $4,000. But you had planned for the unexpected. You signed up for LifeRaft's Accident Supplement Insurance, which reimburses medical expenses related to an accident. Your costs were reimbursed up to $5,000, covering 100% of your out-of-pocket expenses. Now you can focus on your recovery without worrying about how to pay for it. LifeRaft's affordable, simple-to-use, and flexible products start at only $5 a month and ensure you and your family are protected when you need it most. Visit enroll-
Welcome back to Johnston High School. Tristan Tingley on play-by-play. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Prey, both new coming announcers to the Fans Only Sports Network crew. And we're excited to bring you week 1 of Friday Night Lights as Lincoln's about to send their special team out and punt for the second time tonight.
Yeah, I mean, last play that we saw, trying to go deep there on the play was Ryan Planty that was down there, but not able to bring it in.
So punt, they're going to take it, bounce at about the 41. Nice blocking there. He's going to take it up. He's going to cross the 45. Going to take it up to about the 47, they're going to say. So a nice little punt return there. Good punt by Lincoln, but better punt return there by Johnston. And Johnston's offense is going to set up about 3 yards away from enemy territory.
Yeah, Stephen Finnegan, their running back, also a guy that this Johnston coaching staff wants to get the ball in his hands, and on the punt return, able to get positive yardage, crossing the 46-yard line. So good starting field position, but regardless of starting field position, we haven't really seen much production on offense. So it's something that both teams are going to have to accomplish at some point.
Yep. So Johnston's going to call their first timeout. And while we take a timeout, we're going to... Yep. So tonight's game brought to you by Rebath. Rebath making bath remodeling effortless, largest bath remodeling company in the nation. And they offer full bath remodels, tub to shower conversions, aging in place solutions, and they have great financing available. Another sponsor for us, Scribbles Academy, your child's home away from home, ages 6 weeks to 5 years. January will celebrate 15 years in the business, so congratulations to Scribbles Academy. Amazing teachers, friendly, and nurturing staff. So thank you for them to sponsoring our broadcast here tonight at Johnston High School. And it's always nice for Fans Only Sports Network to bring you broadcast. If you can't make it to the game, it's always nice for us to bring it to you from the comfort of your home.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't mind doing the shout out at any time. So, good to shout them out and get them some recognition as well.
Yep. So it looks like both teams are going to come back onto the field here in just a few moments. And Harrison, before this game, we mentioned earlier on that me and you were in Woonsocket. We were at Adelard Arena calling a Rhode Island Saints hockey game, and they were playing the Long Island Gulls, and that was a pretty good game. The U18 game, me and you were just there calling that game. That was a pleasure to call.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a real nail-biter all the way to the end. Thought for just a second it was going to go into overtime, but the Long Island Gulls ultimately prevailing with a 3-1 victory.
Takes a snap, running it up the middle, crossing the 50, and they're going to take it down to about the 48-yard line. So it's going to be a 2nd and 5 for the Panthers.
Finnegan once again the lead back in this Johnston offense. He's going to take it up the middle, basically try and dash his way in between guard and the center. Those are the two guys that are trying to make that play go, and brings up a 2nd and 5. So solid start on this drive.
Yep, for all you Johnston football fans out there, this is our first year at Fans Only Sports Network ever covering your football team, so we hope we're doing a good job for a first ever game here on Friday Night Lights. So he's in the shotgun with the running back, tailback out to his left side. He's going to take the snap, drop back to pass, fires it, caught at about the, 45, and Lincoln's all over him.
And it was a good tackle by Durang and Rodriguez to gang up on, I believe that was Sincere Waldron, or Carlino, matter of fact, Michael Carlino. Caught that little curl or hitch in the middle of the field, but just went backwards and really caused a negative play.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to be back in their own territory down at the 49, they're going to say. And doing the research before the game, these two teams met week 1 last year over at Lincoln High School. Lincoln, of course, getting the better of Johnston 44-14 in that one, so Johnston's hoping for a better result to get a win under their belt. They finished off 1-7 last year. Lincoln finished off 7-1, so hopefully Johnston's looking to best this Lincoln team.
They certainly haven't forgot that memory.
In the shotgun, going to drop back to pass, rolling out to his left, firing a floater, and it is... Looks like it was brought in at the 49-yard line on the sideline. Officials are going to call it. Yep, so it's going to be an incomplete pass on the sideline. So it's going to be 4th down for the Panthers, and they're going to spend that special team unit out there once again.
Yeah, Matthew Clements coming into the game for Vasquez and really getting thrown in here on this second drive. And, so far just trying to create a spark. Not able to connect with Finnegan on that designed rollout.
So the officials making everything correct. 4:55 left to go here in the first half. And the punt is away. Nice punt there. Hang airtime. And return there. Looks like it's going to take a bounce. And they're going to, it's going to take a bounce to about the 12-yard line. So Johnston doing a good job of watching that one bounce. Beautiful punt there.
Yeah, Michael Carlino able to punt that away, and he got the right bounce because it kept trickling down inside the 10. So it'll be, it'll be at the 16-yard line, but still a solid punt. Backs linking up, and they'll have to go pretty much the length of the field.
Mm-hmm. So excited to see what Johnston's defense can do here on this drive. Their defense been doing pretty good. Lincoln taking some penalties and just hurting themselves earlier on in the game. They've built some trust in their quarterback, having him roll out with his ability, rolling out to pass, and run the ball, so let's see what they can do here. Johnston's defense hoping to get a big stop and get the ball back before the end of the half. Nice handoff there, bouncing it out to the right side. Looks like, Johnston missed him. Looks like he's going to take it up. Big gain there. He's still on his feet. 3 Johnston defenders chasing him, and he's going to take it inside the 35 down to about the 31-yard line. And that is Tyler Durang yet again. Harrison, we've said his name quite a few times tonight. We said his name quite a few times tonight. You said he's a bigger running back, and he's doing a great job on that defensive side of the ball as well. But that game, biggest play of the game, and just like that, Lincoln's in enemy territory.
He's a guy that's setting the tone right now, and just really that big run will get Lincoln back on offense. They were backed up to start, and then just going off tackle. I mean, he's just a force to be reckoned with whenever the ball is in his hands.
He's going to hand it off. Going to bounce it out to the left side. He's got room to run. He's crossing the 20, down to the 15. Looks like he's going to cut it back inside the 10, and he's going to get taken down at the 6, but there is laundry on the field. There's going to be flags on the play, so let's see what the officials say. Flags are down at about the 25-yard line. And that run coming from Sean Clifford. Senior running back. Officials are going to take the ball at the 25, and let's see what they do with it here. Yep. And that's again, Harrison, that's a holding call against Lincoln. That's one of those big plays that we've talked about where Lincoln just, unfortunately, the lineman had the hands in the wrong spot, grabbing onto the jerseys or shoulder pads too much, and that just erases the big play like it never even happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it really takes the energy out of you because you're getting positive yardage, really chunk plays that are being called back because of holding penalties, false starts, no matter what it is. It's just been, frustrating. And that time Sean Clifford with a really nice run on that buck sweep. And, it's just been the common theme here tonight.
So Lincoln got 2 tailbacks behind him. Looks like he's going to hand it off. And he's going to get a run up the middle. And looks like they're going to take it down, they're going to say about the 27-yard line. On the run there, that's Ryan Plant, the senior running back for the Lions. So they're doing a good job coming into Johnston territory. They're breaking out a few big runs. We've barely seen both teams pass now that I think about it.
Yeah, we haven't really seen them pass at all. I mean, both teams' bread and butter have been the running game. They're, they trust in their offensive line to get that push on the line of scrimmage and Plant that time able to get, a good 4 or 5 yards. Timeout.
Yep, looks like Johnston's going to call the timeout. We're going to go ahead and go to commercial, and we will be back in a few short moments right after this. Welcome back to Johnston High School here in Johnston, Rhode Island. First ever game doing Johnston High School football on Fans Only Sports Network. We hope that we can bring you good broadcasts of your 9-game schedule. 6 of them are going to be brought to you on Fans Only Sports Network, including the next 2 Fridays are going to be here at Johnston High School.
Yeah, really looking forward to this season broadcasting at Johnston High School. It's been a privilege to really call the game tonight.
So it looks like he's going to hand it off to the left side. He's going to run it, crossing the 20. Looks like he's going to cut back. Nice little tackle there. It's a nice tackle by number 9, Dylan Yernan. And the run coming from number 22, Jaden Rodriguez. His first handoff of the night for that sophomore running back. And it looks like they're going to mark him at about the 19. And Lincoln's going to get the first down with 3:10 left to go here in the first half on Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, Lincoln able to move the chains that time with Jaden Rodriguez, but still a good form tackle by Dylan Guernin, able to wrap him up and just swing him down.
So Nickel going to roll out to his right. Nickel's going to run it, crossing the 20. He crosses the 15. Looks like he's going to get the first down as he gets pushed out of bounds. So a nice job there by Nickel to run the ball himself to make it 1st and goal for Lincoln.
And that was a designed play to pass the ball, and Nickel that time on a waggle, had the wide receiver on the left. Usually they have a tight end on the right. He does a corner route, and when nobody's open, when you have those 3 routes in the passing pattern, if there's nobody open, the message to the quarterback is to take off and run with the football. So that time, Nickel found nobody open and just took it with his legs.
So it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal from the 7. And it's going to be a stoppage in play. Johnston's going to call their 3rd timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well, and we will be back in a few short moments here on Fans Only Sports Network.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
Yeah, man.
All right, welcome back to Johnston High School here in Johnston, Rhode Island. My name is Tristan Tingley. Alongside me to my right doing color is former high school football player Harrison Gray. So nothing better than having a former high school football player on color to talk to you about those formations and all that. Thank you for joining us here tonight, Harrison.
Yeah, it sure is a pleasure to be able to share the broadcast booth with you, Tristan. You're doing a bang-up job, and to be able to see both of these teams play, as a high school football player, you treat it like it's your last time, especially if you're a senior, and these guys are certainly playing like it's their last.
Take Nickel in the shotgun. Looks like he's going to take it himself, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Lincoln. So just like that, down at the 7, nice little 7-yard run there by Tyler Durang. And he had that huge run that we talked about earlier. Harrison setting him up inside the red zone, and the flags bringing him back. But Tyler Durang getting his first touchdown of the season, and we can expect many more to come for that young man.
Absolutely, and he was the key driving force on that drive because he had that big run when they were backed up on the 13-yard line, set him inside the 20, and he did the rest, able to plunge forward for a Lincoln touchdown.
So it looks like it's going to be the PAT. Johnston getting there. Looks like Johnston just jumped a little bit off sides there. Other than that, if he timed that perfectly, that would have been a blocked field goal any other time.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob Spinella that time trying to get that jump and clearly jumping way too early, and the referee calling it on him. So, yeah, you always want to time up the snap to try and, maybe get a blocked PAT, and if you're able to run one back, you can get 2 points on the play, but it's just a really unfortunate turn of events.
So after the PAT flag, Lincoln's going to go ahead and call a timeout, and we will take a timeout as well, and we will be back in a few short moments here on Fans Only Sports Network.
Oh, hey!
Looking for some swag? Here at My Custom Swag, we will imprint, embroider, or laser engrave your name or message on practically anything you want. Water bottles, t-shirts, jackets, caps, banners, business cards. We'll even wrap your company vehicle in vinyl. Best of all, we won't break the bank. There's no minimum order required on most items. My Custom Swag is a proud American family-owned and operated business. So let's get creative. Express yourself and call My Custom Swag or visit mycustomswag.com today.
Well, it feels like for the fifth time in the past 3 minutes we've said this, but welcome back to Johnston High School yet again. And tonight's Friday night marquee matchup, Johnston Panthers going up against the Lincoln Lions. In case you're just joining us, my name is Tristan Tingley. Alongside me to my right is color announcer Harrison Prey. And just to give you a clue on which teams are which, Johnston is in the baby blue and Lincoln is in the white. And just coming back from that Lincoln touchdown, Lincoln is going to go ahead and go for 2 as they are up 6-0 as of the moment.
Yeah, it's a big play. Obviously trying to get an 8-point lead as opposed to a PAT.
So it looks like he's going to take it himself, and he's got it. Just like that, Lincoln pushes ahead, extending their lead, not up to 7, but up to 8-0. Lincoln with 2:21 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Tyler Durang able to get, the scoring done for the Lions, and that time on the 2-point conversion, got a good block from Jack Bogdansky on that right side, and that was able to give Durang, that running room for him to just plow forward into the end zone for 2 points. But I tell you what, right now they've been getting a big dose of Tyler Durang, and Johnson's got to find an adjustment and a way to stop him.
And as for Fans Only Sports Network, don't forget to join us for the rest of the weekend. The Rhode Island Saints finishing their weekend sets while the Long Island Gulls are in town at Adelard Arena this weekend. And don't forget, next Friday night, Johnston will be back here for another Friday night football game. And as for next Saturday, yours truly, Tristan Tingley, will be on the play-by-play call. Matthew Joles will be joining me on color commentating at Thayer Arena in Warwick as HC Rhode Island has their first game of their season next Saturday.
It should be fun to see these games come left and right. Lots of games coming in the near future, and it should be a fun season to be able to cover this team, to announce their games, and really just cover everybody left and right.
So it looks like Lincoln's set to kick this one off with 2:20 remaining in the first half. They have the 8-0 lead, and they send it in to the Rhode Island Air. He's going to return it about the 5-yard line. He's got some blocks. He's going to take it himself. Oh, my goodness. He's crossing the 45. And, well, didn't cross the 45, crossed the 40. My mistake on that one. Looks like he's going to be brought down at the 45, 5 yards away from Lincoln territory. But that's just what we were talking about. Johnston using those big plays to their advantage on that kick return and get that huge kick return to set up their offense 5 yards away from Lincoln territory.
Get a load of Stephen Finnegan, getting it done in every way possible. Punt returning, kick returning. He's their running back on offense, and that time 2 spin moves to get towards the 46-yard line, and really good starting field position. And Finnegan, you've seen a lot of great plays by him tonight. Just need to continue to give him the ball whenever possible.
That looks like they crossed the 45. They're going to be marked at the 46 for that Johnston offense. Looks like I'm excited to see what they can do to answer back to that Lincoln touchdown that they had just a drive ago.
Yeah, it should be interesting, but Finnegan is, I tell you what, he is special when he gets the ball in space. Look out.
Looks like Matthew Clements, the quarterback in the shotgun. Looks like he's going to take it out to his left, throw the nice little screen pass there, caught at about the 47, and they're going to mark it incomplete. So pass intended for number 1, Nayari Vasquez. Incomplete pass, and just like that, it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for Johnston.
So Vasquez, who was the quarterback on the first drive, Clements comes in as their quarterback now, and now he's playing at wide receiver because he is as special as it gets as well. We talked about Stephen Finnegan when he gets the ball in his hands. Vasquez can do just the same when he gets the ball in space, trying to get a wide receiver screen going, not able to hang on, and brings up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Johnston, no shortage of offensive weapons anywhere on this Johnston offense. So it looks like Clements is going to be in the shotgun. He's going to be standing at about the 41-yard line, 5 yards back on the snap. Looks like he's going to catch the snap, going to drop back to the shotgun, release it downfield, and it is, and it went off of the hands of Nayari Vasquez, and incomplete. Trying to catch it was Cameron Walker, my mistake. Looks like if he brought that in, that would have been another big pass for Johnston down inside the 19 if he had his hands on that one.
That's the 2nd time they were trying to go to Cameron Walker deep, just on a straight go. You saw the safety help that time. Jaden Rodriguez running with him stride for stride as that right corner on the Lincoln defense, and not able to hold on. It was a really good ball by Clements to be able to throw it downfield, but just, not able to pull it in.
Yeah, nice job by that safety always to come over to that sideline and give secondary coverage to that cornerback on the defensive play. So it looks like we're going to have a 3rd down and 10. Snap coming from the 46-yard line. Clemens in the shotgun, going to roll out to his left. Looks like he's going to trust his arm again. Incomplete into the Lincoln sideline, bringing up 4th and 10 for Johnston.
Clements doing another design rollout play. We saw this earlier in the game, rolling to his left this time, trying to find Sinceri Waldron, and he was wide open, just not able to hit him, as he would have had enough yardage for the first down.
So it looks like a minute 52 left to go. Johnston special teams coming on yet again. And as their offense a little bit struggled on that drive. Good job by the Johnston offensive coordinators trusting the arm of Matthew Clemens. Nice punt there into the Rhode Island air. It takes a bounce at about the 24-yard line. Looks like it's going to take a roll. A beautiful roll there. It's going to be down at about the 7-yard line in Lincoln territory.
Michael Carlino back-to-back punts, putting them inside the 20, this time around the 8-yard line. So really good punts back-to-back times for Carlino. But last time, even with a good punt, it still didn't matter because Tyler Durang came through with a big run and then ultimately getting the touchdown, just around 12 yards out. So really just need to see this defense make another stop, and this offense needs to get back into it.
Yeah, Durham, one of those potential top leading rushers in the state of Rhode Island this season, gets his first touchdown of his senior campaign here tonight. So it looks like they're going to take the snap at about the 7. Nickel right on top of the snap. It's going to hand it off. Going to roll it out to his right. And nice job there by Johnston to contain him at least a little bit down to about the 14-yard line.
And Dean Paris has had a big assignment tonight, having to wrap up on Durang, and he's that linebacker that's going to have to account for him on every play. So Durang getting the carry once again, and he's going to be the focal point because they've had a lot of success, obviously, at this point in the game.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job being in the right spot at the right time in that linebacker spot, not out of position once here tonight. And Johnston fans in full force here tonight. Cheer team doing a great job. As always, Lincoln's cheer team just a little bit down the track on the left side. And we have that scoreboard straight ahead for you. 53 seconds left to go here in the first half. It's going to run it, and looks like they're going to pick up the first down.
I think that time it was Sean Clifford. A little bit of a toss there. Durang this time not carrying the football, but getting out on the perimeter to block, and that's one of the key things. If you're one of these running backs in this wing T offense, the times where you don't get the ball, you're going to have a key point in trying to block on that second level where the linebackers are. And so Durang not getting the carry there, but getting some blocking action.
Yeah, seeing, as you talk about that T formation, seeing those wide receivers going up against those cornerbacks and linemen, doing a great job blocking there as the run gets handed off up the middle. And looks like he's going to be brought down about the 24-yard line.
Sean Clifford once again getting this carry on a counter. He took a big shot initially from Dylan Guernin, and that time able to stun him, but Clifford still staying on his feet to plow forward for a couple additional yardage.
And that marks the end of the first half. Lincoln leading the Johnston Panthers 8-0 here in week 1 of Rhode Island High School football. We will be back in a little bit to talk about the first half and results and all of that. And we'll be back for second half action here on Fans Only Sports Network in a matter of moments. Alrighty, we are back here at Johnston High School. So we're back here at Johnston High School, and my name's Tristan Tingler. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Prey on color commentary. Lincoln leads it 8-0 after the first half. Johnston returning the second half kickoff, and we're about to get underway. Harrison, what did you think of that first half?
I mean, I think that there was a lot of mistakes in terms of penalties on both sides, but I think the big story is Tyler Durang on the Lincoln offense. He has just been a force, and he's been hard to tackle for Johnston, and I would imagine that they're probably going to stick with him because they went for it on that two-point conversion, and that sign right there says everything.
Yeah, it looks like So it looks like it's going to be Lincoln football. Lincoln squibs it. Lincoln goes with the onside kick. It bounces all the way to about the 22-yard line, and just like that, Lincoln takes on offense, and that was Jarrett O'Hagan with the kick there from Lincoln, setting them up inside the red zone, and Johnston did not fall on it. Lincoln fell on it. It was an onside kick, so Lincoln has it in the red zone. Nickel rolling out to his left, firing, and it is caught at the 5-yard line and taken down at about the 4.
So first of all, O'Hagan was the one that recovered that kick. I mean, he just kicked it, and no Johnston player fell on top of it. Next play, Nickel on a waggle hits Clifford over the middle, and then the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but Clifford still hanging on with good concentration, brings it down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Lincoln doing a great job on offense these last two drives. They've had a really spark lit under them. Takes a snap, rolling out to his left. And let's see here, what are the officials going to call it? And it's a Lincoln touchdown.
Tyler Durang once again getting it done on the ground game, but I mean, you talk about a series of events that are just not going in Johnston's favor. That kick that was a kickoff. Nobody recovered it. O'Hagan falls on top of it. Nickel with a pass over the middle to Clifford, and then Durang does the rest. And, just like that, through a puff of smoke.
Lincoln going for the PAT to make it a 15-0 ball game. Let's see here. Snap, hold, kick is up on the way, and it is good. So it's 15-0 Lincoln. And just like that, straight out of the second half, Lincoln has speechless after that onside kick and then that 2-play touchdown drive.
Yeah, I'm speechless too, and I believe that Ravi Kapadia was the one, he's on the kickoff, he just kicked the PAT, and I think he was intending for this to be, a normal kickoff, and, maybe he didn't kick it as hard as he wanted to or whatnot, but, that's inexcusable because you have so many bodies out there, and when the intention is to kick off and you're not able to get a hat on it, then it really is an unfortunate turn of events.
So it's 15-0 Lincoln with 11:22 remaining in the third quarter. And just like that,
they're not kicking it to you. Get it out of your head. They're not kicking it to you.
So it's 15-0, 11:22 remaining in the third quarter. And Lincoln right out of the gates to start the second half, just showing their might. And it's another squib kick. Looks like Johnston's going to receive it. Johnston's going to roll it out, and looks like they're going to take it up across the 30 down to about the 33-yard line. On the return there, that's Nayari Vasquez. Started the game at quarterback. Now he's wide receiver and on kick return. And he's doing a great job here tonight for that Johnston offense.
Yeah, that time, second go-around on kick return, making sure that you're able to cover up on the squib kick. I mean, it's been Ravi Kapadia that's been doing the kicking duties for Lincoln and going back-to-back with squib kicks. That time, Vasquez hopping right on it, making sure that mistake doesn't happen again. And so Johnston's just going to have to really, bear down here as they're down, 2 scores.
Yeah, so me and you both have had an eventful night calling games. We called the hockey game for the Rhode Island Saints at Adelard Arena. Now we're here at Johnston High School. Let's see what this offense can do to start out the second half. Taking the snap, the handoff up the middle. He's got room. He's going to cross the 40 down to about the 42-yard line. And let's see if the officials are going to give him the first down. Nope. It's going to be 2nd and 1. And we have a player down on the field. And while he's down on the field, we're going to send it to a commercial break, and we will be back in a matter of short moments.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
All right, welcome back to Johnston High School after the injury timeout. Fortunately, he was able to get up under his own power. That was number 17, Dean Paris. So happy that he was able to get up off of his own power and onto that sideline where he's being tended to by the trainer on the bench back behind.
Yeah, it is a positive sign. He actually jogged off the field prior to the injury, or after the injury, rather. And so, it's a good positive sign when you see a player get up under his own power.
In the shotgun, Clemens going to take it himself. Looks like he's going to take it to the 45. Nayari Vasquez back at quarterback. My mistake.
Johnston has a couple different offensive packages, whether they're going to go with Clements or Vasquez, and this time Vasquez back at the quarterback position gets positive yardage and moves the chains.
So in case you're just joining us, my name is Tristan Tingley. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Prey. 15-0 in favor of Lincoln. Johnston is wearing the baby blue uniforms, and Lincoln is on the left side of your screen in the red, white, and blue. In the white primarily. And they're on defense right now with a 15-0 lead, about to hit the 10-minute mark in the third quarter. Vasquez in the shotgun, rolling out, fires it to his left side, caught at the 50, down to about the 49, inside Lincoln territory. And that catch coming from Michael Carlino, his first reception of the night. Wearing that double 0 on his uniform. And Vasquez, beautiful throw there to get the yards.
Yeah, Michael Carlino, he actually caught a ball earlier in the first half. He actually went backwards and caused a negative play there, but on the first half, and now this time able to catch the hitch and go forward, for a positive yardage.
Vasquez takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and the offensive line's going to push him forward for a Johnston first down to about the 38-yard line.
Another good push by this offensive line. Saw positive signs in that first quarter. They got it in Lincoln territory on that first drive, at their 40-yard line, but weren't able to cash in. They went for it on fourth down, couldn't convert, and you just thought the momentum was in Johnston's side. They got a defensive stop, and then since then, they haven't been able to get back on that same path.
Yeah. And on the sidelines, I didn't know if you guys could see it on the broadcast, number 70, Matthew Ponte, being a great teammate to go see if number 17, Dean Paris, is indeed okay. And that's what teammates are all about. They're making sure everyone's okay. And there's laundry on the field. And let's see what the officials have to say. False start against Johnston, so that's going to bring them back further after that big first down run.
Yeah, once again, another penalty coming, and, you just... That's where it starts. That's something that you can easily fix. You can go to the X's and O's and game plan as much as you want, but if you keep, committing these penalties, it won't stop.
Taking himself up the middle. Looks like he's going to cross the 45 down to the 44. Nayari Vasquez on the run. Looks like it's going to be a third down. And looks like it's going to be 12. Timeout called. Official timeout. And let's see what this is about.
I'm not sure what the discussion is, but referee's talking with the head coach for Johnston. Not sure what the discussion is, but I'll tell you what, it's been a struggle here tonight for Johnston. They're constantly behind the sticks, and you just can't play that way if you want to, win football games. So it's just something you just need to get better at and, stop shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, it's a matter of moments before this team makes a big play later on in the game. Hopefully that momentum will drive them into the end zone. Oh, and a bad snap over his head, and he's going to recover it. Well, unfortunately, it's so far back, it's going to be a fourth and very long for the Panthers.
Yeah, that snap was way over Clements' head. He had a jump, and I don't think he expected the speed on the snap to go as fast as it did.
Oh, yeah.
And he had to run back, just cover up the football, and just hope to take their lumps. Now we're looking at a third and, oh, man, I don't even know, 30 or so? This is just insane.
Yeah, 15-0 with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. Lincoln has the lead. And I don't see a returner back there for Lincoln just yet, unless they're going out there. Oh, it's third down. My mistake. It's a third and very long for Johnston. They need to get to Lincoln's 33-yard line if they want the first down. Run up the middle. It's going to give them yards. They're going to cross the 35 down to the 37 in their own territory.
We've talked about him a lot tonight. Tyler Durang, that time wrapping up Finnegan in the hole. I think just running the football there, just kind of surrendering when you have like a third and forever kind of a down. I mean, it's impossible to, get the first down. So, hopefully Johnston can just punt this away and hope to get the ball back soon.
Looked like it was an off snap a little bit. He got the punt away. And it looks like it's going to be down at the 49-yard line. So Lincoln's going to take over in Johnston territory. And as for us, here at Fans Only Sports Network. 15-0 with 6:24 left in the third quarter. And we're going to go ahead and go to a
0-8-8-4. Come to the press box to claim your prize.
Not sure who's down on the field. I believe that is Christian Sonner, or actually Landon Foucher down on the field. Hopefully he's okay, but, you know, it's just one thing after another. You know, Johnston's going to need to get a stop and get back into this.
So tonight's game brought to you by Scribbles Academy, your child's home away from home for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. January will celebrate 15 years in the business, so congratulations to Scribbles Academy. In business, amazing teachers, friendly, and they have a friendly and nurturing staff, so congratulations for 15 years over at Scribbles Academy. And also Rebath. Rebath makes bath remodeling effortless, largest bath remodeling company in the nation. They offer full bath remodels, tub to shower conversions, and aging and place solutions, and they have amazing financing. So thank you to Rebath for also sponsoring our broadcast, as Fans Only Sports Only continues to grow, not only in the state of Rhode Island, but in the greater region of New England, going all over the region to do a few games. At halftime, we had a good chance to talk to Matt Joels, last 2 years for high school hockey. He went down to New Jersey to call the Christian Brothers Academy versus LaSalle Winter Classic game on New Year's, and that's just a great expansion for, as far as Fans Only Sports goes, going outside the greater region of New England.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just what, you know, Fans Only Sports offers, you know, traveling to any game to cover any big contest, and really that's, you know, what this network offers, and really just broadcast to, you know, the fans of these schools and clubs and, you know, all these sorts of things. So to be able to have that, you know, have a network provide that, you know, is a pretty special thing to do, and, you know, I'm sure there's going to be more schools calling.
Nickel on the tailback. He's going to hand it off to his tailback. He's going to bring it up to the 44-yard line. They're going to mark it. So it's going to be about a 2nd and 5 for the Lions.
And that time, Ari Vasquez and Jacob Spinella having to wrap up Durang, as he's been really their, you know, workhorse tonight. They've leaned on him a lot, able to get 2 touchdowns on the ground here tonight, and, you know, it's really wearing on a defense. If you can just constantly run the football, it can really wear you out mentally.
Yeah, Lincoln's doing a great job with that offense. Hand off to the right side. He's going to cross, looks like he just crossed the 40. He's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line. Nice tackle there. That's number 12, Matthew Clemens, in on the tackle. Or sorry, that's not number 12. That's number 17, Dean Paris, back on the field. Misread that number a little bit, but it's good to see Dean Paris in for at least one more play after that injury timeout he had earlier, making the tackle on a great running back.
Yeah, absolutely. Dean Paris is a crucial part of this Johnston defense, and, you know, really also getting it done on offense as well, getting the ball in his hands. So, you know, he is really a two-way player, and having those guys is really crucial, and they're going to bring out the chain game to see where this spot is. I believe Rodriguez was very short, but I'm not sure. You know, we'll see the chains, see where they spot them.
So for the first time this season.
Oh, give it to him. First down.
Yep, so it's going to be a Lincoln first down as they are on the 39-yard line. And Johnston's defense, if they don't want to fall into a deeper hole, they just need to find a way to stop this Lincoln run game, as Lincoln hasn't been passing the ball a lot, but they've been running it all over the field with their wide receivers on screens, running backs, especially that running back we were talking about earlier, and their quarterback being able to run it out of the pocket like he has.
Yeah, it's really been everybody contributing in a major way.
Hand off up the middle. He's going to cross the 30. Looks like he's going to be brought down at the 29. And let's see if the chains move here. If not, it'll be a 2nd and inches for the Lions.
Nathaniel Smith had to buckle his chin strap up because Durang came in full speed, and really just a good tackle to be able to absorb it, wrap him up, and then bring him down. So that's what it's going to take. It's going to take multiple white helmets on Durang to bring him down and ultimately stop this rushing attack for Lincoln.
Yeah, so that for that run, it was a first down in favor of Lincoln. They're up by 15. Rolling out, handoff is going to cross the 20. Ball's free. Lincoln's going to fall on it, though, at about the 20-yard line, so Lincoln's going to keep possession.
It's a great hustle play by Jaden Rodriguez. He was, not just walking around a little bit. He saw that ball come out of Durang's hand, and he was there on the spot, able to just show a lot of hustle. That's something you don't give a lot of guys credit for, but you always want your players never quitting on the play, not quitting until the whistle blows, and that time Rodriguez hopping on the ball and keeping the ball in offense.
Yeah, Lincoln doing a great job. We've seen both teams cover high snaps like that. Lincoln recovering their own fumble, and then we also saw the bad snap, Matthew Clemens falling on his own bad snap earlier on. So
yeah,
both teams recovering their own fumbles in this game. And the QB sneak is going to run it up the middle. Looks like he's going to be brought down at about the 16-yard line. Nice little QB sneak there by Nickel.
Yeah, and it'll move the chains. John Nickel calling his own number and just sneaking that through. 2nd and 1, just decided to take matter into his own hands and just plowing forward for a first down, and now they're inside the red zone.
Yeah, let's see what Tyler Durang can do. Looks like he has two touchdowns in that backfield for Lincoln. Tyler Durang doing a good job, and Lincoln doing an amazing job making those calls and giving the ball to him. He has 2 touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been their leader on offense, no matter what it is. And right now he's going to take some time off, but, to get him some much-needed breathing.
Looks like the handoff to the left side. He's going to bring it in. Looks like he's going to cross the 10, and looks like he's going to get the first down. Yep, so Jaden Rodriguez gets the first down. That's going to set up 1st and goal for the Lincoln Lions. And as we've seen, Harrison, this Lincoln offense inside the 10 have been deadly here tonight. 2 touchdowns from inside that 10-yard line.
They've been deadly, they've been lethal, and they haven't been stopped. I mean, they've been converting both times when they've gotten inside the red zone. And so no matter who's carrying the ball, if it's Rodriguez, I like what he brings to the table, what he brings to that Lincoln offense, a guy that has speed on the perimeter as well.
It's Nickel under center. He's going to hand it off. They're going to bounce it outside, and he's going to get in. It's a Lincoln touchdown. Lincoln touchdown. The run coming from number 22. That's going to be Jaden Rodriguez, the sophomore running back at Lincoln High School, gets his first touchdown on the season. And Lincoln just extends their lead here tonight.
Jaden Rodriguez, it's just a simple buck sweep to the left, and it was great blocking by the offensive line. They've really been, wearing teams out mentally, but also physically as well. And so this offensive line has done a great job tonight, and Rodriguez just a clear entry to the end zone.
So it's 21-0 Lincoln with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter of play. And the PAT coming from Ravi Kapadia, and the PAT is good, and that makes it 22-0 in favor of Lincoln. And we're going to go to a commercial break while the special teams come out on the field, and we'll be back in a few short moments here on Fans Only Sports Network.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Want to close your home purchase or refinance faster? Contact me, David Delbonis, at 401-487-7379, President Precision Home Lending. Trust the experts and we'll make your loan experience amazing.
All right, welcome back to Johnston High School. 22-0 in favor of Lincoln. And Jaden Rodriguez securing his first touchdown of his sophomore year and adding to that Lincoln lead. And don't know if you guys can notice this on the broadcast, but the way the lights are, looks like there's a light fog all over the stadium here in Johnston High School, and the lights looking like it has a little bit of a water texture going down to the field before the game. Looks like it felt a little bit wet. So
It's definitely hot out here tonight for sure. So very moist, especially on a September night.
Field looking good. Lincoln with their third squib kick of the half. And he's going to bring it up to the 34-yard line. His team coming onto the field. And the Panthers really need to keep the ball running on the field. Their run game has been doing a great job here tonight. And they haven't really been passing the ball, but their run game has really been doing it for them as far as Johnston goes tonight.
Yeah, it's been the one of the key, points of emphasis that they've, ran, and it's been successful. Unfortunately, when you're down points, fortunately you have to go to the pass game typically, but in terms of the running backs, you have Stephen Finnegan, you have Dean Paris, you have Nari Vasquez, guys that can really, make a lot of yards, make a lot of plays happen. And so that has been the driving force, but they just haven't been successful at staying on the field.
So it's going to be Lincoln's going to call a timeout. With that, we're going to take a timeout as well. And we will be back here on Fans Only Sports Network in a moment. Lincoln up 22-0. Welcome back to Johnston High School. My name is Tristan Tingley. I'm play-by-play for you here tonight. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Bray on color. As we get set, Johnston trying to get some points on the board as the screen pass gets blown up by Lincoln's defense, losing about 2 yards on the play.
And John Nickel coming up to make that tackle on Carlino. He's playing inside linebacker here, and he's able to just get out in space and wrap Carlino right up, not able to let him get any additional yards.
So Johnston's offense on the field, their run game has been very strong. That offensive line been doing a great job blocking. It's just been, unfortunately, the penalties that have been bringing them back off of those big plays. Last drive, we saw a 3rd and very long that set them back after that bad snap by Clemens, plus another holding call after that. So, I mean, just the flags really bringing that Johnston offense back.
A lot of self-inflicted wounds, and that's things that you need to be able to fix yourself. You got to be able to stay disciplined and not commit those.
Nice throw there, and it is hauled in at the 47-yard line. That's caught by number 1, Nayari Vasquez. Nayari Vasquez, the starting quarterback for Johnston earlier in the night, as they changed it, as Harrison mentioned to you earlier on in the broadcast or earlier on in this quarter. There's different formations that this Johnston team's been running at, and different quarterbacks come with different formations. Some Nayari Vasquez is in, so it's really good to have more than one quarterback at the helm who can really trust his arm and get out of the pocket.
So you run a screen with Michael Carlino on the play before, so what does that do? It sets up the fake screen and then throw it to Vasquez up the rail, able to get a good yardage and a first down.
Clemens just the throw over the top of his head, incomplete, pass intended. Looks like for that was number 0, Michael Carlino on the sideline, just over his head into the Johnston sideline. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up a 2nd down, and I'll tell you what, it is interesting to see how this Johnston offense is mixing a lot of people in. We'll get a timeout here, and be back soon.
So timeout called by Link, injury timeout And looks like down on the field for Lincoln, number 53, that is Isaac Brown, a senior offensive and defensive lineman. So we're going to go to commercial, and we hope he's okay, able to walk off under his own power. 22-0 Lincoln leads here at Johnston High School.
Accidents happen, but they don't have to be the cause of financial hardship. Even with health insurance, an accident can result in major medical bills. Let's say you were playing football and an aggressive tackle broke your leg. An ambulance takes you to the emergency room where you were given care, but now you have 3 months of physical therapy before you are back on your feet. Your health insurance will cover a lot of your costs, but you will be required to pay your out-of-pocket maximum. The average out-of-pocket maximum in the U.S. is around $4,000. But you had planned for the unexpected. You signed up for LifeRaft's Accident Supplement Insurance, which reimburses medical expenses related to an accident. Your costs were reimbursed up to $5,000, covering 100% of your out-of-pocket expenses. Now you can focus on your recovery without worrying about how to pay for it. LifeRaft's affordable, simple-to-use, and flexible products start at only $5 a month and ensure you and your family are protected when you need it.
All right, welcome back to Johnston High School. My name is Tristan Tigney. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Prey, coming back from that injury timeout. Fortunately, number 53, Isaac Brown, was able to walk off the field under his own power. It is a hot and humid night here in Johnston, Rhode Island, so it looks like a little bit of cramps or dehydration may have come into effect there. Can't stress enough athletics and players drinking enough water, as a nice run brings them into a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's hot and humid, so definitely need to stay hydrated. Cramps can happen left and right if you don't stay hydrated. Stephen Finnegan with a good run off the bat, good spin move. Not sure if he'll get the first down, but he's down right now. Hopefully he's all right.
Yep, looks like Stephen Finnegan's down on the field after that run. So we'll take another injury timeout from all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network. 1:09 left on the 3rd quarter clock. 22-0 Lincoln leads. We'll be back in a flash.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this. Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, dip, hand down. One hand, up. Up. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Leave it at that.
All right, welcome back to Johnston High School. Again, my name's Tristan Tingley. I'm play-by-play for you here. To my right is Harrison Prey, coming to us from Massachusetts. We thank you for joining us here on your Friday night and able to come call the game with us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun to watch both of these teams play, no matter what the score is. It's so fun to see these young kids play the sport they love, and on Friday nights, there's nothing better. The atmosphere, the crowd, families, parents, all these people that are involved in this, and it's a really cool sight to see, and can't wait to do more of it this fall.
Yeah, it looks like they're tending to Stephen Finnegan's left calf. While they're tending to his calf, we'll talk about the Fans Only Sports Network schedule coming up this weekend. Actually, Harrison, we had a chance to call Rhode Island Saints Academy hockey as they took on the Long Island Gulls in their first of 3 weekend set. And they'll be coming back to Adelard Arena tomorrow to take on them Saturday and Sunday. So Matt Joles will be on the call for that one.
Yeah, that should be pretty interesting to see how those teams do. Overall, you love to see all of these teams really come out, no matter what sport it is, hockey, football, soccer, no matter what it is. So the Saints, played earlier today in a dramatic fashion, and obviously we're going to see them over the next 2 days.
Yeah. So in a moment, I'll tell you who they're playing because I mixed up a little bit. Clemens, nice throw over the middle. It's caught. Crossing the 10. Touchdown, Johnston. Beautiful throw there by number 12, Matthew Clemens, on what looked to be a wide open tight end seam up the middle, and a beautiful pass there by Clemens, and a great job there for Johnston's first points of the 2023-24 campaign.
Michael Carlino, he's just going to run a straight go up the middle of the field, and there was just a big gap in those safeties on the Lincoln defense, and Clemens hit him right in stride, wide open, and that will certainly get your Johnston Panthers back into this one.
22-6 the score, and it looks like Johnston is kicking the extra point. Oh, nope, they're messing with Lincoln a little bit.
Some teams do this, like to fake it, audible, go back to a PAT.
Yeah. So let's see what they do here. The snap, hold, kick is up, and it is drilled right down the middle. 22-7. Lincoln leads with 49 seconds. And while we have a moment, I'll correct myself because our Vice President of Fans Only Sports Network, Matt Joels, heard what I was saying about the Rhode Island St. M's, and I accidentally got the opponents wrong for Saturday and Sunday. So Rhode Island Saints are playing the BK Selects tomorrow. So all their age groups will be taking them on tomorrow. And then Sunday, the Rhode Island Saints are taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins at Adelard Arena. So those will be good ones there. Hopefully we'll get some, Matt Joels will be on play-by-play for you. Hopefully we'll get some people up here to do color or maybe switch off play-by-play the Vice President of Broadcasting here at Fans Only Sports Network.
Yeah, it should be fun games to call, whenever you get to call these hockey games. At this point in the season, obviously there's going to be more and more as we get towards the winter. But just to be able to call, the Saints games, and really at any age group, U14, U16, U18, doesn't matter. They're all fun to play. And really just to see the talent on full display is a lot of fun.
Matt Joels informing me between academy, high school, and college, Fans Only Sports did a whopping 350 hockey games last season, and there are plenty more to come this season as Johnston onside kick. And it is Johnston's football. Johnston recovers the onside kick, and just like that, momentum sparks up here in Johnston, Rhode Island.
Oh my goodness, Michael Carlino with the receiving touchdown, and he takes matter into his own hands doing his onside kick, but I think the referees are going to say, was it 10 yards? Not sure if it was yet, but they're going to discuss this right now. Michael Carlino seems confident that he was able to get 10 yards and recover it himself.
Just informed it did. It looks like it went 11 yards, but the officials are meeting at the Panther logo at the 50-yard line.
I think he got it.
Yeah, I think it went. I saw
Has
it
to
go
be
11 yards, but the officials are meeting just in case. And you hear how excited this Johnston crowd got for that onside kick and the touchdown. So them being down by 2 touchdowns, they're still amping up this football team and hoping for the best out of this program.
Still plenty of game left, and this is a big play if Johnston's able to recover. He caught it right at 10 yards. I think they should give it to him. Yeah. It's highly debatable. It was close, but he did make sure that he was at the 50-yard line.
And you know what? We saw a debatable call like this with these officials earlier on in the game on a pass interference call on a deep ball from Johnston, which questionable, looking like a Lincoln jersey tug from the pass interference earlier. And let's see here.
It's going to be Lincoln ball.
Trying to see here. Yep. Okay.
Oh wait, no. Hold on a second.
Matthew Clemens going on.
Oh, we got the ball.
So Johnston got the football, so they're taking over at the 50-yard line.
All right.
Perfectly executed onside kick. 48 seconds left in the third quarter. They're down 22-7. What a better momentum spark than a touchdown right after an onside kick recovered, and they're in Lincoln territory.
This is exactly what they needed to be able to, create a spark, and that touchdown pass to Michael Carlino was just what they needed, and they say, well, you know what, let's try and get this ball back. We surrendered a double possession at the end of the half to Lincoln. They got an onside kick, recovered it. How about now, back-to-back touchdowns, or back-to-back possessions now for Johnston, trying to capitalize and get back into this football game.
Yeah, Johnston's really picked things up in the latter end of this third quarter. Looks like the momentum from the fans and the cheer team and your typical high school Friday night lights action, getting behind this football program. as Johnston gets set to the line of scrimmage, and Johnston cheering them on. And let's see if they can punch it in the end zone again here on this drive. Clemens in the shotgun, drops back to pass, looks up, hesitates, looks like he fires it downfield, and it is incomplete and double coverage. Incomplete. Great coverage there by Lincoln Lions. And it looks like the pass got swatted away by number 21. And that gentleman's name is Evan Eddy, the freshman defensive back. Gets the great defensive play, and yet there is another injury timeout here at Johnston High School, and we are going to take a commercial break and be back with you in a matter of moments. Welcome back to Johnston High School. Looks like number 12, Matthew Clemens, able to get up with some help from his teammates. That's great sportsmanship right there at its finest.
Yeah, we love to see everybody help out players that are down. Just pick them right back up.
So it looks like it's a little jet sweep. It looks like they're about to lose, it looks like about 2 yards on the play. And the clock is still going to run to 30 seconds. While we have a moment, let's go ahead and inform you, because we mentioned the name of one of the defensive backs. We forgot to we didn't see the other player's number at the time, so we're going to go ahead and mention it was number 22 for Lincoln, Jaden Rodriguez, a sophomore defensive back, and then also Jose Ramos Lopez, a senior defensive back safety, also helping him in on the play on that one.
Yeah, double coverage, and, this has just been a cue of what we've seen tonight. Johnston trying to go with the deep ball, and they've converted on one of them with a touchdown. Just need to go and continue that into the fourth quarter.
Yep, so that's the end of the third quarter. Score in favor of Lincoln 22-7 here at Johnston High School. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. After that, fourth quarter action. It's the best time of a football game. We'll be back here on Fans Only Sports Network.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
All right, welcome back to Johnston High School. On play-by-play with you here tonight, my name is Tristan Tingley. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Bray, former Massachusetts high school football player. You told me before the game, it's great having you on color. You said you played in a state championship game at Gillette Stadium. Tell me what that experience was like.
It was a pretty surreal experience. I mean, we walked in and it just felt like a dream, and to walk out there was pretty cool, because first of all, our team really didn't expect to get there. We were not ranked, to even get that far, and to be able to play at Gillette Stadium, it was a dream come true. So,
playing in one of the top stadiums in the NFL. Neri Vasquez takes a snap, short little screen pass there, and he's going to run it. Gets a good gain of yards. Going to take it down to about the 47. So in case you're just joining us here on Fans Only Sports Network for this Lincoln-Johnston game, Lincoln leads it 22-7. Lincoln led it, I believe it was 14-0 at the end of the first half. And they had 2 touchdowns, came right out of the half with an onside kick, recovered at the Johnston 20, and then took it in for a touchdown 2 plays later.
Yeah, no, it was really an unfortunate turn of events for Johnston. A squib kick really wasn't something that they, anticipated, and then all of a sudden they're up 22-0, but they were able to get a touchdown pass to Michael Carlino, get an onside kick, and now they're back in it.
Johnston's going for it on 4th down to see if they can get the yards and their momentum. And let's see here, the officials. All right, Johnston's going to call a timeout, so we're not going to have that 4th down play just yet. So in the meantime, we'll go to a quick commercial break and be back right after the timeout here on Fans Only Sports Network.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Okay. All right, welcome back to Johnston High School here in the beautiful city of Johnston, Rhode Island. And here at Johnston High School, Lincoln leads it 22-7 with 11:04 remaining here in the 4th quarter. We'd like to say a thank you to our sponsors here on Fans Only Sports Network, Rebath. They make the remodeling effortless, largest bath remodeling company in the nation. They offer full bath remodels, tub to shower conversions, aging and place solutions, and they have great financing. So thank you to Rebath for sponsoring us.
Big 4th down coming.
All right.
This is huge.
Vasquez in the shotgun. Oh, looks like he's going to take it himself. He fires it, and it is caught. And he's going to bring it in. A great 4th down conversion there on the nice little lob pass, bringing it down to the 33-yard line on the 1st down conversion.
Jahaziel Rodriguez able to cover up that ball, had to go low to dig that one out and make the catch, but a great play by Clemens, who we thought was not going to be able to come back into this game after the injury, comes back and makes a clutch throw on 4th down.
Yeah, great job to avoid the pressure, step up in the pocket, know where the line of scrimmage is, because that's a hard thing on the football field, I'm pretty sure.
He was very close. It looked like he may have caused a penalty with an illegal forward pass, but luckily just ahead of or behind the line of scrimmage.
So great recognition there. Lincoln sending the rush. Oh my goodness. So that's number 10 on the Lincoln defense, John Nickel, their quarterback, rushing in from the right end spot. And he just gets in there and sacks Matthew Clemens.
And Tyler Durang was also the other one that came in on the tackle to lay a big lick on Nathan Clemens. And it looks like we got another Lion down.
So unfortunately, another Lion down on the field. And we will keep it here at Johnston High School. So, Harrison, like you said, you played in a state championship game at Gillette. Did you want to finish telling us about it and what that experience was, that high school football season and that championship game?
Yeah, I'd love to. It was, again, like I said earlier, like a surreal experience. Went as a quarterback for Dighton Rehoboth High School in 2018, and we ran the wing tee offense. So this is why it's pretty easy to recognize when I see Lincoln run it as well. I know how that offense works, and obviously it's run dominant, and we had great backs, we had a great offensive line, and we carried a lot of points. I mean, we'd say we ran the ball probably like 65% of the time or so. When we passed it, we had to, but went all the way to the South Coast Conference semifinals against Milton. That was the game that we had to win to go to the Super Bowl, and we were able to get it done in a 28-25 victory. So it was pretty cool.
Awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad you had that experience. So Clemens rolling out. That's Vasquez rolling out to his right, and he decides to take it himself. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Looked like he got back to the line of scrimmage, I believe, but Vasquez, this Johnston offense, they've been having to go back and forth. They like both quarterbacks. They like what they bring to the table. And Ari Vasquez switching back and forth with Clemens, and this time he's just going to try and create something out of nothing, try and run for positive yardage, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and in case you're outside of the New England region and wondering what Gillette Stadium is, or what the stadium Harrison was just talking about, Gillette Stadium is in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It hosts the New England Patriots of the National Football League, and also, most people don't know this, the New England Revolution of Major League Soccer, which is the premier professional soccer league here in the United States, as that pass gets dumped off and incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down for Johnston, as it went right off of his right hand. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a good grasp on it at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, pass was intended for Stephen Finnegan, trying to set up that halfback screen up the middle. Usually, if you're able to disguise that you're blocking as a running back and then just pop over the linemen that are rushing the quarterback, and in this case, Vasquez, you can pop behind them and take the screen. You got blockers out in front, but just an inaccurate pass, as that was just over to the right of Finnegan. He couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, so it looks like Johnston's going to stay on the field, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Vasquez at quarterback, tailback out to his right. He's going to drop back to pass. Looks like, and he held onto it too long, and he gets sacked in the backfield. That's number 65. That'll be number 65 on Lincoln's defense. Kyle Bullard, the freshman defensive lineman for Lincoln, as he gets in on the sack, as Vasquez just couldn't get it away in time before the pressure came, and looked like he had a little hesitation to his throw.
Yeah, he held on to it too long. I mean, he's just got to get rid of that thing and just hope, because you're turning the ball over on downs, and if you just give your receiver a chance, it's better than to just hold on to it. And so in that situation, great play by Kylie Bullard to get in on the sack, but Vasquez has to be able to have that clock in his head. He's got to get rid of that ball, especially on 4th down and late in the game.
Here at Johnston High School, Lincoln looking to extend their lead. They're already up 22-7, and this is their first time having the ball in their possession in the first quarter, and since if I'm not mistaken, Harrison, it's the first time Lincoln's had the ball since about the middle of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was a long drive by Johnston on that last drive, so.
Handoff, looks like he's going to run outside, and looks like he's going to cut it back up into the middle, and that was number 28, Ryan Plont, the senior running back for the Lions.
Yeah, good cut on that buck sweep. Once again, Plant is that wing running back. He's always going to get those handoffs on, the 121s, the 929s, those types of plays, and that time getting the buck sweep for what looks like 7-8 yard gain. So really eating up the yardage with their wing running backs. It's been really cool to see, not just Durang running the ball in between the tackles.
So nickel right on the center. Hands it off up the middle. He's going to get the first down and more. He's going to take it across the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Lincoln. Another great run, and that was, who else? Number 40, Tyler Durang, his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Tyler Durang, we've mentioned his name time and time again tonight, and he delivers and answers the bell once again, and he's just been really hard to tackle tonight, and, sometimes it's just, a matter of time when you're able to finally key in, and, you've seen some positive plays from this Johnston defense, limiting him to a few yards, but, it's just been Durang just showing his true potential with his 3rd rushing touchdown tonight.
Yeah, these two teams meeting last season in week 1, except over at Lincoln High School in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Lincoln coming out on top in that one. It was 44-7. That was the final score of that game. And Lincoln ending that campaign 7 wins, 1 loss. Looks like Lincoln's going to go for 2. And he's going to run it in. 2-point conversion is good, and that's going to make it 30-7. Lincoln leads.
Just a read option here. John Nichols going to keep it and then pitch it to Sean Clifford, and that's just an easy read for him. If defensive players key in on Nickel, he can just pitch that to his halfbacks, and they can do the rest, and able to get yet another 2-point conversion tonight. They're second.
Yeah, 30-7 the score with 7:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. If we have a moment, we'll go ahead and get you the remaining schedule for Johnston High School football for the rest of this campaign. Next week, they take on Ponagansett here at Johnston High School.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Still early in the season, long, hard season, and that's really the thing with football. People think it's a sprint. It's a marathon, and you're going to take a lot of, blows. You're going to be nicked, and, it's really tough as a football player, especially if you're playing at physical position, if it's like offensive line, linebacker. The hits add up, and so you got to treat it like a marathon and not a sprint. And so, it's still early, still one of the first games of the year, so plenty of time to get back on track.
So Johnston down 30-7. Their run game has been doing pretty good. Their offensive line has been blocking for them tremendously, and they've been doing a great job on that running front. And Lincoln's putting their foot into this one. Looks like it's going to be another squib kick. Flag on the play. It's going to be an intentional free kick out of bounds, and Johnston's going to take over.
Yeah, good field position there. Seen it a couple of times where, the Lions on special teams, Ravi Kapadia, try and kick it to the sideline and hope for a bounce where it's still in play. And, the Johnston special teams players, if it's Finnegan, if it's Dean Paris, doesn't really matter. They just can hope that they can hop on the ball and, get an extra possession. So that time, obviously, not playing into his favor.
Yeah, as Johnston's offense comes on to the field, Lincoln's offense has been lights out tonight, led by number 40, Tyler Durang, the senior running back. 3 touchdowns on the night. It's just week 1 of the Rhode Island high school football season, and many more to come for that young man for the Lincoln Lions.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of football left for him, and, I think it's been a great performance when you've seen this whole team come out today, and really for John. I mean, I love what I have seen from Johnston tonight. They've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of bright spots, and obviously it's still early in the season, so you can't always freak out or go to foregone conclusions.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully calling this game with you has been a pleasure, as we have 7:54 left in the fourth quarter. Hopefully we'll be the commentary tandem for Johnston High School for the remaining 5 games of the season after tonight.
Yeah, I hope so too. It's always a lot of fun calling football, and whenever you get a chance to see, the ultimate team game, as a lot of people refer to, it's always a pleasure.
Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. And he's still on his feet. Looks like he's going to carry it to about the 43-yard line, they're going to say. And Johnston doing a good job. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Panthers.
Let's see what this Johnston offense can do this point in the game. Obviously down by 23, but I've seen a lot of bright spots, and just being able to develop over time. You can make adjustments over the course of the season. A team that you are in game 1 or game 2 may not be the same team when you are later down the line, come game 8 and towards the playoffs. So, that's one of the things that people forget. The same team in September isn't always the same team in November. So,
yeah, here at Johnston High School in Johnston, Rhode Island, 77 degrees, partly cloudy skies, 87% humidity. So that's what we're feeling here tonight. The humidity adds on what it feels like to be about 10 degrees. And Vasquez keeps it himself and gets wrapped up and thrown down by the Lions linebacker. That's number 52, number 53, Isaac Brown, the senior defensive lineman.
And just a great play, making that sack on Vasquez. He was able to come off the edge, and it was a designed rollout, so you see the offensive line and defensive line shifting towards the left, and that's been another thing that can't be unsaid, is this Lincoln defensive line creating pressure, just disrupting whatever Johnston wants to do in terms of their passing game.
Yeah, it's been a great Friday night here for football. 6:10 left in the fourth quarter. Lincoln leads at 30-7 as the quarterback Vasquez keeps it himself. The offensive line gives him a little bit of a push. They're going to get the first down. And they're going to be moving the chains. Ball spotted, going to be at the 47-yard line.
Moves the chains once again. And, we've seen a lot of first downs here tonight from Johnston, no matter who it is, if it's Vasquez at the quarterback position, Carlino with that touchdown grab, and, a lot of bright spots. They have the capabilities of moving the chains. You want to see them do it more consistently as the season goes on.
Yeah, so timeout called. And Johnston's going to call a timeout. 5:49 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Lincoln leads it 30-7. Week 1, Rhode Island High School football here on Fans Only Sports Network. We'll be back here in a matter of moments. Welcome back to Johnston High School. My name is Justin Tingley. Alongside me to my right is Harrison Prey. 30-7 the score in favor of Lincoln with 5:49 left in the fourth quarter. Johnston has a little bit of a 3-week homestand to start out the campaign. They take on Rogers next week, and then the week after they take on Ponagansett as the nice little screen pass gets caught back at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 2, they're going to say. And it's caught by Jaizel Rodriguez, the senior wide receiver.
And Jahaziel Rodriguez, wide receiver screen once again. Been trying to get him involved a lot tonight, whether it's screens on the perimeter, going downfield on go balls. We've seen a bunch of different ways where his Johnston coaching staff has tried to get them involved, and it's good to see how this offense is molding and how they're trying to get the ball to their best players.
Yeah, definitely. Vasquez drops back in the shotgun. Nice little floater pass there, caught, and he's still running. He's going to take it into Lincoln territory down to the 47-yard line.
Another good play design once again. This time Stephen Finnegan's going to get another screen. We've seen that a couple times tonight, usually up the middle. Yeah. Now this time it's to Vasquez's left, and that is creating a good positive running space, and then that'll bring up a 3rd and 6. It'll be interesting to see what they go for this point, but I think at this point in the game, obviously game out of proportion, but if you can just create some momentum, some positive, sparks that you see in your offense, you can take that with you, for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 3rd and 4 for Johnston, and it's good. It's good to see Finnegan after the injury timeout he had earlier in the game. It's always good to see him back on the field playing for the Panthers. Vasquez drops back in the pocket. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to take it himself. He beats the defensive line. First down. Johnston is going to take it to the inside the 39 to the 40.
What an electric run by Vasquez. He was able to cut on a dime in between the hash marks and just move the chains with a positive gain, and that's what he can bring. I mean, you can see a difference between Nathan Clements and Nari Vasquez in terms of how they play. Nari Vasquez definitely a little more electric with his legs. Clements more of your traditional drop back passer, but both guys capable of carrying this offense.
Yeah, and you got to give a good credit to that offensive line being able to create those holes for Vasquez to run into and cut back on. Vasquez dropping back, fires it, caught, and it's caught and taken up to the 35-yard line. So slowly but surely, Johnston's offense is now moving and trusting the arm of their quarterbacks more with the passing game.
We've seen this play time and time again tonight. The hitches on the outside have been, an easy passing play for them to complete.
All right, no huddle offense by Johnston. Vasquez in the shotgun. Vasquez takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's going to fire it to the right sideline. It's caught, and he's going to take it inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. And let's see if they move the chains here. And let's see where the officials mark this one. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Johnston. Actually, it looks like they're going to give him the first down. The chains start moving.
Giselle Rodriguez again getting the ball on the perimeter, this time just running a quick out route. Vasquez is able to hit him and trying to give him a chance for yards after the catch.
So 2:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. 30-7, Lincoln leads. Vasquez taking it up the middle himself. He's going to gain some yardage, and ball is free. And it looks like, let's see what the official says. Johnston might have, Johnston fell on it, so it's going to stay in the possession of the Panthers. And falling on that one was number 58, Alex Federchuk, the senior offensive lineman. So great job there recovering the own fumble. And with all the fumbles here tonight, you'd expect the other team to recover a fumble at some point, but all these teams have recovered, both these teams have recovered all their own fumbles, and they've been doing a great job of that ball awareness.
Yeah, absolutely, and you got to be able to be alert at any point in time. The ball can pop out at any point in the game.
So Vasquez in the shotgun, going to drop back to pass. Looks like he's going to roll out to his left, fire it towards the end zone, and it is intercepted. He's going to take it back up the other way. Lincoln gets the pick, and he's going to cross the 40. And there's a flag in the backfield. He's going to take it out of bounds at the 45. But there is a flag on the play after the interception. And so they might call block in the back here.
Yeah, I think Lincoln's still going to hang on to this. I think it might just be a block on the back on the return team off the interception. And Ryan Plant, another two-way player, a guy on defense that can just Roman coverage, able to get the pick there on Vasquez.
Yep, so our mistake, it wasn't a block in the back, it was a holding against Lincoln, and the interception came from number 28, Ryan Plant, the senior defensive back. So Lincoln with 1:22, they lead by 23. And the ball is back at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, good turnover by Lincoln. Ryan Plant. See a lot of these two-way players that have been successful on offense, but also on defense. Ryan Plant just roaming in that secondary, able to come away with the interception. Just a zone hawk, just coming in on that ball and bringing it in and having a nice return as well.
Yeah, Plant did a nice job dropping back from that safety spot to make the interception on the short throw as Johnston calls the timeout with 1:22. We're going to take it to a quick commercial break and be back with the final 1:22 right after this. Welcome back to Johnston High School, and Nichols going to knee it, and is going to run the clock. While we have a moment, we're going to talk to you about the Rhode Island Saints. Tomorrow they take on the Bishop Kearney Selects, and they're coming over from Rochester, New York. And then on Sunday, they'll be taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins coming from Pennsylvania. So it's always going to be a good weekend.
Not the NHL team, the Academy of the
Not the NHL team.
Not the NHL
There we go.
team.
Thanks to Matt Jules.
Thanks, Matt Jules. All right, 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Easy misconception there.
Oh, so the Rhode Island Saints have a good weekend ahead of them as they took their first loss of the season tonight against the Long Island Gulls. And with 30 seconds, Nickel just has to knee it one more time, and that'll ice the win for the Lincoln Lions. So a great game here tonight on a first Friday night in Rhode Island for Rhode Island football. It was an amazing first game between Lincoln and Johnston. Lincoln and both teams having their upsides, and both teams have something that they can learn on and work on as they go into the later end of the season, starting in week 2 next week.
Absolutely, and this is just a learning, opportunity for Johnston. Obviously, you don't want to go into foregone conclusions. It's early in the season. You still have seen a lot of positives with this football team, and you just want to carry that with you and, use that down the line. But, I still thought they played very competitively. At one point, it was a 2-score game, 22-7, and, getting that onside kick was a real morale booster. So, if you're, Johnston Panthers football fan, and, just this team in general, you're positive at looking at your future moving forward in the season.
So Lincoln takes home their first game of the season. They win it on the road. They'll move up to 1 win and 0 losses as they beat Johnston here tonight, 30-7, as you see on your screen. Johnston falls to 0-1, but don't fret for Johnston fans. For Fans Only Sports Network, we have 2 weeks in. 2 weeks in a row we'll be coming here to Johnston, Rhode Island, and announcing these games for you. As always, it's a pleasure on Fans Only Sports Network. Johnston will be hosting Rogers High School next week, and then the week after they'll be facing Ponagansett High School, and the following week they'll be taking on their first road test. I believe they're playing West Warwick that week at 1 o'clock on a Saturday morning. So for all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network, my name's Justin Tingley. Alongside me to my right, Harrison Prey. Hopefully we'll be the broadcasting duo for Johnston football, the voices of Johnston football for the rest of the season to come. For all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network, we thank you for joining us for the first football game of the season. Have a good night, everybody, and stay safe. Good night, everybody.